Welcome to the FMS Squats video. So you'll need to print off the Word document associated with this particular video, and you'll have a visual representation of what a pour technique looks like, number one, the pass technique, which is number two, and what we're trying to achieve, which is number three. So what you need to do with this exercise, you need your broomstick of course, but you also need a piece of 4x2 or some books, just to kind of create a little bit of height to your squat. Now, with this technique, your feet need to be on shoulder width or just a fraction wider throughout the whole technique. Now, level one, the bad things that are going to happen here as we come down for the squat is the knees just want to bend in, okay? The body weight will come forward and it doesn't look too flash, okay? So what we need to try and achieve is our feet stay there, our broomstick is there, the knees just come out a little bit, they stay at shoulder width or a fraction wider, and the back is straighter, okay? We don't want too much curve and we don't want to be slumping over too much. Once we can achieve that particular exercise, we clearly need to get off the books into level 3. Our feet are still shoulder width apart, our broomstick hasn't changed, and what we need to achieve here is making sure that upper posture is not changing too much. And if we go further, you can see what that does to your technique. It wants to come forward, and that's clearly not what we want to do with this exercise. So we need to be taking it down to a distance that you maintain perfect form with. If your form changes, then you're not strong enough to get down to those distances. So you're always practicing perfect form. It's the same thing with all the FMS exercises that I show you, and the squat is the most important one to get right. Now, from the front view, okay, so we're still going to go through level 1, okay, which is we've still got our feet shoulder width apart, we still have our broomstick in the upright position. Now, remember with the cheats, the knees are going to come in and the body weight's going to come forward. That's a terrible technique. So we want to try and achieve the feet shoulder width apart, the knees stay on shoulder width or come a little bit wider, okay, and the upper body posture stays nice and tall. It might just sneak forward a little bit, okay. Now, when we want to achieve the ultimate result, which is obviously away from the books or the piece of 4x2 that you're standing on, feet need to be shoulder width, the broomstick is unchanged, the knees are on shoulder width or a fraction wider, and the back is perfectly aligned. Now, remember, you're going to have to work really hard to pull the broomstick back and really feel that stretch in the upper back, and then as we go down further, it's a real symmetrical movement, okay? Making sure you don't practice a technique you're not good at. You really got to keep practicing perfect form and keep moulding your body into that position, and when it becomes a little bit easier, that's when you can go a little bit deeper into the technique. And you can see there, level 3, when your feet are off the books, okay, the deepest part of the squat is when the hips drop below the knees. So that might take you a while to get to that stage. Not a lot of people get there, but it depends on how old you are, what kind of injuries you have. But you know, you are trying to achieve the best possible outcome, so you want to keep working on that exercise until you achieve, you know, level 3. Making sure with this exercise, okay, you keep your back nice and straight. What you can do with this exercise as well, you know, this broomstick, if you can keep your arms in that position, the broomstick, you know, if someone's trying to help you, can just come in from the side, because we want to make sure that that back, the 3 points of contact are still there throughout the whole movement. So if we see it from the side, you know, our feet are still shoulder width, our arms are still unchanged, and this person here, we're just keeping our 3 points of contact, right, and keeping these normal curves in the spine, okay. And that basically makes sure the spine's in the right position, because a squat is essentially a lower limb exercise, but you also have to get your upper limb in the right position and your spine in the right position to achieve the most important results, which is making sure both sides are working the same as each other, front and back and top and bottom. Alright? So just take your time with this exercise. It's quite a challenging one to get absolutely right, and just make sure you keep focusing on good form. Alright, thanks for watching.